Alright, welcome back to Timberborn. So we've learned a lot of things. The carrots are obviously too much with 132, so what we're going to get rid of is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that'll be 15 if we come back to here. So we are just going to go and delete those 15. That'll be 115. I think 100 is probably going to be about right. So if we take out another 7, well, that'll be 8. Alright, so if we take another 16 from the 15, which we all know is 31, so that's 101 carrots sitting right there. So what we're now going to do is put in another farm, and we'll set this guy right here. This guy should still be logging this, so we're just going to move him down a little bit. So when you're planting flags, remember it doesn't actually cost anything to plant them, so, and we're going to want 4 farms eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, so we'll just stick him anywhere down here for now. And we will mark this guy for destruction and put our path further down. We're also going to look at districts today, see if we can build another district centre over in the other area. While we're at it, let's grab our farmhouses, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I won't let me put one there. And I can't zoom in. Interesting. Alright, so that tree's got to go. So we'll get them in anyway. Down the track, and then we want to move over to this side here as well. Now, at the moment I lost my zoom, but that might be because we are on pause, so let's speed it up. Interesting. Alright, so we can't zoom in anymore, unfortunately. So we'll get that going, we'll let them do what they got to do. We've got potatoes here, we obviously, the grill, we're grilling potatoes, so we want to get potatoes in, so we're going to make this one potatoes. And we're going to prioritise this guy on potatoes. And this one, we'll go to the next one. Sunflowers, we'll put sunflowers in the back here, somewhere probably up here. Which we can do that now, so we'll put in some sunflowers. Let's see how many we can get in sunflowers. Which, if you recall, we deleted all our sunflowers from here. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 36, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just another 5, so that's 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 50 should do it. And in here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 15, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. So we've already got 30 potatoes. Now, if we recall, they take 5 days, they take 6 days, and these take 4 days. So there should be less. So we probably, if we got 100 here, we're probably looking about 80. Well, let's just say 25. We can do 25 in a day, theoretically, 4 days. So if we can do 25 in a day, so we can have 125 of the sunflowers and 150 of the potatoes. And I've already forgotten how many we said we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 33. plus another 9 is 42, and another 7 is 49, and another 5 is 54, 58. So we got 62, and we want 150, so we can plant more potatoes. We can probably plant another 100, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We want to go one more, 10. There we go. We'll fill that in. We'll have close to 150 potatoes. Just in that section. And then the wheat. And you guys can do all the maths on this at another stage. So yeah, 10 days, so you can have 250 wheat. But we've got 3 farms, so we'll just leave it at that for now. Because all this still has to be cleared out, obviously. And they haven't destructed that, so. And we're going to look over here now. Because eventually we want to put in probably a floodway barrier here, which will flood all of this. Actually, we might even put it in there and flood all of this back here, which would be a good option to do. So we're going to want a district centre over here somewhere, and then we can adjust how much gets flooded. And because we're building, and I can't zoom, that's really annoying. Why can't I zoom? Let's bring the levels up. So for some reason I have lost my my mouse control on my zoom. But we'll probably put a district centre. See, all this is going to be water, so we want to grow here. So might as well put it in the back here. Then when all these ruins are gone, we can utilise that. So we want to come into here and find our district centre. And some district gates. The other thing we're going to want to do is obviously for migration purposes, when we can find it, is a distribution post and a drop point. Now we also want to get, before we get started, because this is important in the early game, when you play in the early game, is our observatory, which we need 1,000. So you want to get up to 1,000 sites as quick as possible. As well as in your early games, you just want to clear out a section of the forest where you want to build this stuff. Same with this one, we could have just put it down here, cleared that, moved it, flag it, cost nothing. Research your forester. Put him further away from your flag so you get the distance, like here, away from the rest of all your pathways, so you get more trees to cut down in the long run. Work on put your sites down. They don't really need housing. They only really need housing by the looks of it to populate. Then we would have put pumps down, and we probably would have dammed straight across here, and just put our wheels straight across here. At some point where it would have worked. You got to find a good spot. I mean, you could even put it across here. Try to utilise, make the most of everything that you've got. Try and build these water tanks in 3s, because then obviously at a stage when it's convenient, you can get one of these and put it down over the top. And this is annoying that I don't have zoom on my zoom's not working. Let's see if we can there's our district 2 and district 1, but we want to be able to make sure that we can get goods and stuff across to the other districts so that they guys don't die when they're over there, so we'll need water and food sent across to the other districts. This guy, we've got to make sure he's working and clearing out all of these trees in here, which you can see he is. So once all they're gone, we'll put in the rest of our potatoes. We'll leave that wheat there for the last farm to come in and do. And we'll get cracking on with it. Alright, Armor's going to be back very shortly. We'll just pause it right there. I'm going to go and reload this and see if I can figure out how to get my zoom back. Because it's kind of, well, it's really annoying. Alright, we have our zoom back. So we can replace all of these with a bigger water tower, because we know that that water tower takes the same as 3. So we'll go, and even though we've got plenty of water, we'll delete these. Because one of those is only 30, so 3 of them is 90, and you put in your bigger water tower, which takes 300. And we can drop that in there, and just add in the extra path, like so. And we should be good. Alright, so we are going to want to bring water and everything over to this one. Eventually our water pumps will be in here. And we have our district centre up here, so we're just going to go and start putting in some infrastructure for this place. So they have some water, and we will need some storage. We won't have too many people over here to start with, I don't think, so we should be able to get away with just the one storage unit for now. It holds 200. We do have plenty of room for more beavers, but we can always look at changing that up. So we want to get up to our 1,000 science points. So when you first start, you want to make sure that these have got high priority, your flags have got high priority, your water pumps have got high priority, and you'll have, because they don't really need anywhere to sleep, like I said, until you want them to start reproducing. And your farms, well, as long as one of your farms, and probably carrots because that brings in the quickest. So that would be the highest priority out of the farms to keep working. So we'll put it on high speed. I still don't think they're even going to get rid of all these carrots, to be honest. So they're doing the potatoes, and these guys are doing the sunflowers, which we're going to add up. Being there and here, this is our potato. We'll fix this up in a sec. We can get ready for that now. Potatoes. As soon as they finish clearing the rest of these sunflowers out, we'll put potatoes in here. Oh, the carrots, sorry, we'll put the potatoes in here. And we'll also finish this one off. We'll see how if they can handle that workload. They should be able to. They said you think about 25 for one, as a rough estimate. Should work. Last 2, there we go. can see all the potatoes now picked. So we can definitely have more potatoes, and then they're going to get stuck into that wheat. We really want all this here cleared, to be honest. Resources for demolition. Let's see if we can get all these berry bushes cleared out. They've been left, and as you can see, they too have repopulated the area. Actually, we want to cancel the trees. Nope, one got cleared, but that's alright. So now they're clearing in here, so we can go and add more sunflowers in. And we'll see how many sunflowers that these little guys can harvest. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 8's 56, so we've got 59 there. Or 58, 59 when this one gets cleared. So we can have plot three times that size of, or we can have 125, so we'll go, is it 8, 9, say roughly 10, and we want another 70, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we'll just put another 60 and see if they can handle all that. And if they can keep up with everything, then we can put some wheat in here, and we'll see if they actually ever attack any of the wheat. That'll be a good indication to see how things are going. So they're helping out with the carrots, but I'm pretty sure you'll find that their carrots will grow back even before they finish harvesting them all. So that's a constant supply of carrots pretty well, right there. Yep. So obviously none of this will be built until we transfer all our goods over, so what we want to do now is prioritise this stuff. So the building of the houses can be reduced. We want to get the mine, which is in here, and we have to, after we get the smelter, we have to get the mine, which is 4,000, so we can do that now. We can put in our observatories, and something else we're going to need to build is a set of steps to get up to the top here. And first thing we need to do is demolish that path, put our steps in, and we want our science and observatory, and we'll unlock that. So we're going to get a lot more science out of this. Stairs have been built, so we'll get these observatories up and running as quick as possible, and we definitely want workers in these. And then what we can do is get rid of our inventors and put the workers from the inventors. So there's 4 compared to 1, but you get 1 in an hour compared to I think it's 10 in an hour. No, 10 in 3/4 of an hour. So as soon as these are up and running, we can do something with them. And that now connects us up to the rest of this. Still a little bit crooked, so my apologies if I cough and splutter while I'm talking to you. It looks like not all our paths have been put in. There we go. Now they have. And obviously we need paths here and here. There we go. So we should be able. We've got plenty of beds. 3 beds, 28. So as long as our food and water is kept up, we should be more than fine. And speaking of which, because we want to take goods over to the other side as soon as we can, I think we'll put a water tank in there. Yeah, that would have been the best place for it. And we need a path to connect that one. And if we find our aquatic farm, we're just going to put a pause on him. So we're missing workers somewhere. Yep, we knew that was going to be the case. So and our explosive factory, which we need metal blocks, which we are working towards now. And you can see the length of the path is slowly getting out to where it's red. So obviously we have stretched this to its limit, which indicates you won't be able to actually do a path from there to here and make it work. So we're going to definitely have to have separate districts, but we're going to have another access at some point up this way, which we could probably put in because these houses will access from there, have a path. These houses we'll have to worry about doing somewhere else, so that's not an issue. So let's just go and do that now and improve the access points that we're going to have. One there and one there, and then we'll put our path in there. And now when we click on this, once these are finished, it should come out green to say that we've got better access up this way. So definitely something to consider. Length of your paths, and you see that is quite a long path compared to some of the others. Even this one down here is really reaching its limit. This one should fix it up. We'll see if fixing that up actually brings this less. And the builder's hut, which will give us more builders, which will get things built quicker. I don't know if this is really that necessary, but we'll see what happens. And the gear factory, I think we can probably put on pause for a little bit. We have 14 of them. Nope, that's sunflower seeds. Where's our gears? Materials. I thought we would have had gears. Maybe they're getting chewed up in here. Yep, and as you see, we need pine resin for our observatory. And when we go to build that, you would have seen in here, across the bottom there, it just tells you at the end 10. So pine resin is gotten through our tapper's shack, which needs 500. So first thing I'd do is, after placing that, I would get my forester, and then I would go straight for my tapper, and then I would go for my observatory. And there we go, we've got one gear, so we are getting gears produced, which is good. So we can leave him working for these two. And then we've got to work out the best place for our tapper shack. Eventually we'll get this Yeah, you can see it's reinforced planks, so we are going to need them at some point. I'm guessing for some of this stuff perhaps. Yep, so for the mine we need reinforced planks. So we will need the wood workshop at some point, definitely, to go and build our mine. So it's going to be a while off before we get our mine, but still, that's not an issue. We shall get there. Our Tapper Shack 500. If I was to redo this, start a new one, which we'll probably do at some point, if I can remember my notes, make notes, whatever. We will do a lot of this stuff in the pause before the game even starts, and we'll plan out a lot of things and see if we can get stuff. Where's my mouse going? There it is. Why is that not? Oh. Yeah, I'd do it all in the pause menu at the beginning. Get a lot of stuff, as much stuff worked out, pinned down. Not worry too much about housing. We've got plenty of housing, so you don't have to build up that high. It would be nice if we could expand a bit more up into here. That would have been good fun. But for now, we'll just let them run. Oh, we can put more potatoes down again. We'll fill up our potatoes. And remember to prioritise these things, especially if you want something cleared. Timber wise, clear it with your flags. And then you can go back and you can see we got plenty of lumber. I don't think we're going to run out anytime soon of logs, because we've also got this one up here, and we've got berries still up there, which is still being collected by this gatherer's hut. So even though we've only got one gatherer's hut, we could probably put two in. They may not demolish that because it's got fruit on it, but we shall see. And that one there, we definitely want to have demolished. That was the one I took off earlier. So we'll let them get to that. And we'll prioritise. Oh, we'll prioritise that. So prioritising looks like it does go up and down the levels, and this is our sunflowers, so sunflowers we'll put in there, and we'll fill all this up with sunflowers when we get the chance. And you see a new tree's just popped up. Actually, that's just finished growing, that one, isn't it? And we are, oh there we go, that's the issue that we have, is they're not being logged. Now they are. That's better. Always pays to double check things, especially in these city builders. The best part is we don't have enemies to worry about, so it really is just about having a bit of fun, seeing what kind of contraptions you can make, what kind of cities you can get up to. No doubt there'll be places to share. I know there's probably already things on YouTube on how to do things, and difference between a beginner like me and engineering expert. But it's also, I do suggest, if you want to get this game, you like it, make some notes about what the different buildings are going to need. There's not a huge amount of information. I know it does kind of give it to you, but you need to remember what they are, and if you put it down and you're like me and you come back to it 6 or 12 months later and you decide to have another play, it can be handy having those notes to refer back to. And just for curiosity's sake, we're going to put wheat in the back here. and then we'll let it sit and we'll see if they can clear the entire thing with 3 farms. Working on the 25-to-1 ratio. 25 plots in one day. Actually we want to keep an eye on that, don't we, because we want to see when that's going to get built, so we'll up that because we want the planks delivered to that. Now this guy should be working, which he is. One more to go. There we go. It's not quite finished yet. And we'll see if this red pathway turns green. And we're waiting on a builder, obviously, so having the builder's hut. Yeah, we've got two workers in there, and we can up that as we see fit. And we've still got 7 unemployed, so we can definitely have that going. So that should get built now. There we go. Alright, you can see that's green, just turned yellow at the end there, and over here it hasn't affected this side at all, so perfect. That seems to be about the furthest we can go, because that does come up and around that way. We were going to put another house in here, but I really don't think we need it. We've got 12 spare beds at the moment, so they're going to be small little communities spread around the place, which I guess is fine. There's certainly no issue with that. On this side here, I think we need to work out where we're going to put our gate. So if we have pathways leading up to there, most things are going to be done down here, so we can put our path in, and we can put a district gate in there. Now all we have to do is build up our science, because we want to get into our tapper shack, which is 500, so we're nearly there. Not long now, and we'll get up to it. So little things like this are handy to know in advance. But I am still definitely enjoying this game. There's a couple other games that I have been humming and hawing about getting into. One of them is Gold Rush. Let's see if that is as addictive as people seem to make out it is. Some stage down the track I noticed there's been an update to, what was it, Medieval Dynasty, so we'll have a bit of a play on that at some point. That seems like a good city building game. Very immersive from what I can see on the shorts on Steam. Do some more driving in American Truck Simulator. See if we can, in that one, see if we can work up to getting our first driver for us. And I've got some old games, whether or not they'll work on this PC. I know Lighthouse from back in the 90s stopped working in the early 2000s, which is unfortunate. I never actually got to finish that one. We've got Warcraft, Dark Reign, Total Annihilation. Monkey Island will be coming out soon, or is out. The first one, the remake, I remember playing that when I was a kid. That was a great game. We'll see how much of that we can remember, and we'll have a bash at that. Saw another one on Steam called Salt, I think it is, which looks a little bit similar. Could be some good fun. But we'll see what happens. See how our time and gaming budget allow. So this district centre is possibly not in the best of spots, because realistically we want all our paths to kind of just run out up here, away from the water. So this district centre might be better, whereas our paths will run out hopefully just here or just here when we do some terraforming. And we can put our farms at the edge of it. And get some few more farms and a bit more food. We should probably be thinking about our well-being state now, so we'll put a teeth grindstone in somewhere. Now there we go. Perfect spot for it. We'll put that in there, we'll put 2 of them in. A shower, excellent, yes we will need a shower. Medical beds or a rooftop terrace. We still have to put that in somewhere. Maybe that can go in here. We still have room for yeah, we'll put that in there. And we'll get our path, where is it there? Put our path in there and make sure that that is accessible, which it is. Beautiful. More well-being, we're going to want the doctor's bed. And we're going to want them near the healer, so we'll leave that gap there for now. What else have we got? Decoration we're not going to worry about, and then monuments we have to obviously work up to these. Alright, but we should be able to get our tapper shack, so we'll unlock that. And as you can see, that is actually quite a large. So we can probably even clear a spot just in here. So these 4 here. So what we can do is come into our planting. Plant trees, and we will, whoops, take that off. So as soon as these 2 are cleared, we'll be able to put our tapper shack down. I don't think we'll be able to. There you go, there's a good indication of the range that it has. We go like that. You see tapper shack will go in there where we'll get all of this side here, so that's beautiful. And over here, oh yeah, look, that'll get absolutely everything over there as well. Interesting. Why is it not getting up the top when we put it there? We'll put some extra pathing in. Let's just put a path in here real quick and see if that makes a difference, because that should. I don't understand why they're not getting right to the back anyway. So we'll put that in there, and you'll see that'll get all of the stuff that this guy will get and this guy will get. And we're nearly at the limit of our path here, so beautiful. Alright. So we have our small warehouse and our water for when we bring beavers over. These tapper shacks, actually it's this one first. High priority. Maple syrup, we want pine resin. Priority pine. So that's already up and running. This one here, we're waiting for these. Takes 9 days, so that's not too bad. That'll be up and running very quickly. Now we're up to 9, beautiful. See if we can unlock the other beaver group. Alright. I'm going to play this off camera and we will work on getting our observatory up and running. We'll also work on unlocking our mine at 4,000 and our smelter at 300, as well as the migration, wherever that is. I keep forgetting. In here, labour, our distribution posts, so we can distribute to other goods, and our drop-off points, so we can receive from other goods. Alright, got another drought coming in, or ending I should say, and we will have a look to see. They should get all those carrots, I should imagine. We got him prioritised on carrots, potato and sunflower, and we can quickly, before we go, we'll put more sunflower in here. So I'll try and get this finished off, and we'll put some wheat in here, and we'll see what happens. I'll get that done off camera, and when we come back we can have a look to see what the how we've gotten on.